Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul just got Netflix sued.
What did you expect? Seriously, when you stayed home and you turned on Netflix that night, you're like, holy I'm about to see the greatest live sporting event of all time. People that are, there's a lot of, in Portnoy went out and said that it was the greatest con job of all time. And if you didn't think that that's the way the fight, I don't know what people expected. Mike's almost 60.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are now facing a staggering $100 million lawsuit over this scripted boxing match. Let's be honest, this is the kind of chaos no one saw coming yet. Somehow it feels all too predictable in today's world of spectacle-driven sports entertainment. The fight was hype. As the greatest live event promising fans an epic showdown between boxing legend Mike Tyson and YouTube sensation Jake Paul Tyson, the ferocious powerhouse of boxing's golden era, was set to clash with Paul the controversial disruptor of modern combat sports. It had all the makings of a monumental moment. But what did fans actually get instead of a legendary battle? It felt more like a low-budget reality show with questionable choreography. After 6 months of relentless hype, fans were left scratching their heads as a staged disaster unfolded before their eyes. And now those same fans are taking matters into their own hands, slapping both fighters with a lawsuit for what they're calling a bait-and-switch spectacle thing. This fight was supposed to be a dramatic collision of boxing's past and present, a dream scenario that had enthusiasts drooling with anticipation. Fans shelled out serious cash for tickets, pay-per-view streams, and overpriced merch, all in the hope of witnessing a truly historic showdown. But when fight night came, the reality was anything but epic. Instead of brutal exchanges or jaw-dropping athleticism, the event looked like an awkward, overproduced episode of a bad TV boxing special. Fans weren't just disappointed, they were furious. The outrage has only grown louder, and now Jake Paul and Mike Tyson find themselves at the center of a legal firestorm. It's a story that blurs the line between entertainment and deception, leaving everyone wondering, was this fight ever meant to be real? As if the fiasco couldn't get any messier, UFC boss Dana White stepped into the ring. Not literally, but with his signature sharp tongue. Dana called the event the biggest con show he's ever seen. And honestly, he might be onto something. Dana didn't hold back, labeling the match a full-on ripoff of epic proportions. Between the painfully staged punches, the outrageous payouts, and Netflix swooping in to monetize the spectacle, it was less a fight night and more like a poorly scripted reality show gone wrong. Here's the deal. Mike Tyson, the man once hailed as like the baddest man on the planet, walked away with a staggering $20 million. Meanwhile, Jake Paul, the controversial YouTube star turned pseudo-boxer, cashed in a jaw-dropping $40 million. And what did fans get for their hard-earned money? A masterclass in disappointment, frustration, and the sinking realization that they'd just been played. For boxing purists, it felt like a slap in the face. A sport steeped in tradition and grit was reduced to a glorified circus act. The entire event left a sour taste, with fans questioning whether boxing was being hijacked by influencers and their relentless chase for views and dollars. But here's where things take a wild turn. Just before the bell rang, whispers of a leaked script started buzzing across social media like wildfire. At first, it sounded ridiculous, another wild conspiracy theory born in the depths of the internet. Skeptics scoffed, dismissing the idea as nonsense. But then the fight unfolded, and fans couldn't believe their eyes. The uncanny parallels between the supposed script and the actual match were undeniable. The punches, the pacing, even the outcomes felt eerily choreographed. What was once dismissed as a crazy rumor now had people furiously connecting the dots. Dana's critique, the ludicrous payouts, the leaked script, it all added up to one of the most bizarre spectacles in boxing history. Fans weren't just mad, they felt betrayed. The so-called script seemed to predict everything from Mike Tyson's oddly sluggish performance to Jake Paul's perfectly timed combos, and even the precise point when the fight was supposed to end. It was as if someone had written a poorly executed play and managed to trick millions of fans into buying tickets for it. As the rounds unfolded, Tyson's energy seemed to vanish inexplicably, leaving the door wide open for Paul to dominate and ultimately take the win. Sound familiar? That's exactly how it played out in the ring. Fans weren't just disappointed, they felt outright duped. They'd shelled out their hard-earned money expecting a true clash of legends, only to witness what many described as a high-budget parody of real boxing. What was marketed as a battle of errors ended up feeling more like a choreographed skit, and fans didn't hold back their anger. Social media erupted with viewers demanding accountability for what they saw as a blatant betrayal of their trust. The hype, the promises, the spectacle, it all came crashing down under the weight of unmet expectations. And now, as the dust begins to settle, one burning question remains: was this ever a real fight? Or was it just another chapter in boxing's slow transformation into a seesaw? The answer might be tough for some to swallow, but the reality is clear. This debacle has made boxing feel a whole lot less credible. Fans already skeptical about the sport's trajectory now have even more reason to doubt its integrity. The fallout hasn't stopped with fan outrage. Either Netflix, which capitalized on the event, is now facing its own legal battles. Fans feeling cheated have turned their fury toward everyone involved in the spectacle. And honestly, can you blame them after months of anticipation for what was supposed to be a historic show? And they were instead subjected to a scripted drama masquerading as a fight. Fans didn't just vent their frustration online. They took action, hitting Jake Paul and Mike Tyson with a massive $100 million lawsuit. That's right, a legal haymaker aimed squarely at the two so-called boxes. The claims false advertising, betrayal of fans' trust, and financial losses that left bettors and viewers alike fuming. But that's not all. Both fighters are now facing suspensions from participating in any future matches, entirely putting their careers on hold. It's a staggering fallout for two men who were once seen as game changers in their respective eras, and just when you thought it couldn't get messier, Netflix entered the fray with a lawsuit of its own. The streaming giant, which had banked on the fight to draw viewers, is now holding Paul and Tyson accountable for tarnishing their brand with what many are calling an elaborate scam. This isn't just a legal battle, it's turning into a public trial of boxing's variant integrity.